If you're gonna click off this video the second you've clicked it right now, you have literally no hope. I hope you have a shit life which is boring as fuck and you have no excitement at all. You're addicted to all this bullshit. Or you could spend the next 25-30 minutes watching this video, taking notes, rewinding, properly paying attention to make sure you fix this for once. Why do you want to doom scroll? You clicked on a video that's gonna help you. Now you want to doom scroll again. You're already on the comments. You've already minimized the window, and now you're looking at other videos. Why? Watch this once and for all and get it done. All right. So I'm gonna wait for 10 seconds for you to make your decision right now. Either you stay for the rest of the video, or you decide and leave right now. I don't want your fucking views. Leave right now, or make sure you watch till the end of the video, because it's pointless otherwise. 10 seconds. Now, despite what you think, this video is not as simple as you think. There's many aspects that we need to talk about. There's many different variables, many different ifs and buts and all these other things that we need to properly analyze in your situation to help you take your life from the boring life it is right now to something that is not exciting, not something that is not dopaminergic, but something that is just beautiful, something that is serene and calm and peaceful, where you find joy in the little things in life. Okay, and the answer is not what you think it is. I've personally had a very terrible relationship with boredom. I have had crippling boredom for as long as I remember. I still have that kind of a like a almost destructive kind of boredom in my life till this day. I still have it, where the boredom has caused me to do very fucked up things. Because of bro, there's some shit in my eye, man. What the fuck? Because of boredom, I've done very like fucked up things. I have spent fucking thousands of dollars on random bullshit just because I was bored. Like, can you think about how like detrimental that is? And that's just one thing. I've done fucked up things that I cannot say on YouTube. I'd randomly sabotage myself in order to make my life more interesting. I would do these messed up things of, going out at night, doing like messed up things. Just, I would do anything to find some kind of a pleasure. And obviously, when I couldn't do these things, when I couldn't do like crazy things in real life, I would, watch porn or jack off or watch movies or binge watch YouTube. Like, I wouldn't even watch videos. I would just scroll for an hour, like not watching a single video. That's how fucking addictive my personality is. That's how much boredom that I felt, and I did not know what to do when I was bored. Honestly, I did not know. And it's a very terrible feeling, which is you just don't know what the meaning of your existence is. You are devoid of any purpose, any meaning, any motivation, any desire, even. Like, you don't desire anything. Like, when I was bored as fuck, I wouldn't even brush my teeth. Like, today is different. Like, I haven't brushed my teeth because I was working all day. Like, I couldn't be bothered. Like, listen. Don't judge me for not brushing my teeth. That's not the point. I'm saying when you are bored, you literally don't feel like doing anything. Like, you wouldn't brush your teeth, you won't shower, you won't even like go up. Like, you'll find it boring to even get up and drink water. Do you understand? So this is the kind of existence that I find is something which is very detrimental to your health, mental and physical long term, which is why I've made this video to cover this topic and hopefully get you out of it. So in every single boredom video you'll watch on YouTube, you'll always see two arguments. The first argument is, okay, if you work all day, how can you be bored, right? If you just shut the fuck up, be disciplined, and just work all day, it's impossible to be bored. Okay, that's the first argument. The second argument is they say that boredom is a part of life. Now, both of these arguments I don't 100% agree with. With the first one, where they say that work is all that you should do and you'll never be bored, that is true to some extent. There have been times in our lives where we have like properly worked and we forget about everything else for a few days. But then what happens? We again get back to the bullshit life, like of scrolling and this and that. So there's only one caveat to the work thing, which is, yes, work, you can find it helpful in order to alleviate your boredom, but that's a very temporary thing, because you eventually will get bored because of a concept called the baseline effect, which we're going to talk about later in the video. Like, no matter how exciting your job is, there will be some aspect of it that is boring as fuck, and you will not want to do it, and you mostly will not do it, which will cause you to enter the downward spiral of endless procrastination due to boredom. And the next camp is that boredom is a part of life, which I also agree to a certain extent, but then I disagree as well. If you are fully embracing boredom and just being bored and just sitting there, just fucking looking at a wall and being bored, I mean, it has a certain benefit. Yes, we'll talk about that later in the video. Are sale horn, but expecting your life to become beautiful just by being bored, just sitting and being bored. No. Boredom is a cue for you to do something. Boredom is just your body, your existence, your soul crying out that you need to fucking get up and start working. Okay, so both the camps are correct in the sense that yes, working alleviates boredom, but not perma work. And same thing with the boredom, which is boredom is a part of life. Yes, be bored, but not to the like, don't take it too far saying, Arey, boredom is good, I don't do anything all fucking day. No, boredom is good until the point where you gotta start working again. There's a third concept that I'm gonna tell you right now, which is the notion of boredom which our grandparents adopted or had in their lives. Do you think your grandparents were ever bored? Okay, let's say you are 17, 18, 19, 20 years old right now, whatever. And when your grandparents were of that age, do you think they were bored like how you are right now? And the answer is not as simple as you think. Firstly, the answer is no. They were not bored. Then we have to ask the follow-up question, which is, okay, why were they not bored? Because right now we have more things to do, right? I, as a 21st century individual, I have more stuff to do. Okay, I could literally, like, if I wanted to work out, I could work out right now. If I wanted to watch any video, I could. Any movie, I have the world unlocked to me. I have airports. I could literally take a flight from here to there. Like I could do anything if I wanted to. These kids from the 20th century, they did not have the outlets you have to alleviate boredom, and yet they were not bored like how you are. It should naturally make sense that when you have more things to alleviate boredom, you will be less bored. But like, I'll give you an example. So my great grandfather, okay, from what I've heard of him, he used to just work and have a daily target of making money. He would say, okay, listen, I just have a daily target of making 10 rupees per day. This was his actual target. Okay, 10 rupees at that time was a crazy amount, I think. But 10 rupees per day was his target. And once he made the 10 rupees, he would stop working for the day. That was his motto. No matter how many clients, whatever they want to pay, like extra, whatever, he would not take it. And the rest of the day, he would just chill and like read the newspaper or like read some book, study, learn a skill. This is what I've heard of him. Like interact with the people. This is what he would do back in the day. This is my great grandfather. I've never met him, but this is what I've heard of him. Now, imagine doing something like that today. And the interesting thing is, you know that he wasn't bored. Like every day was the same, right? Make 10 rupees, this, and chill. Like, he was never bored. Yet, in our existence, when we are actively trying to remove boredom, it's like a carrot that we're chasing. I don't want boredom. What should I do? Rather, my great grandfather, he was like, listen, I don't need to do anything. Like, boredom is like, it's like a carrot on a stick. Like, I don't want to be a slave to the feeling of boredom. Why not just like fucking chill? Like, why not just enjoy what life has to give me right now? I would love to for a podcast to exist with him, like to see how he thought. Like right now, super badly. Like, I want to do like a podcast with my granddad, but he doesn't fucking agree, man. Like, he just doesn't agree for whatever reason, man. Like, I would badly want to see these interviews, man. Now this brings us to the baseline effect, which is something that I have been developing like for the last, you could say, a week or two. So the baseline effect basically means that whenever you achieve something, it becomes your new natural baseline, and achieving that same thing again will not make you happy at all. Like it would be boring as fuck, essentially. So I'll give you a few examples just to clarify this. For example, a video for me has hit 1000 views, for example, on my YouTube channel. Now that is my new baseline. Like once you hit it, like you feel like shit when you're below it. Okay. Now my expectation and my baseline now is that every time a video from now on should hit 1K. That's because that's my new baseline, and I will only feel good when I either hit that baseline or I'm slightly above it. Another example is with spending. I was talking to my one friend recently. We were talking about like spending and how you can never be satisfied if you're spending all your life. We were just saying that, listen, if you're making good money and you have all, you could buy most things. You're richer than most. You can buy a car, boom. You want to buy a BMW, boom. This, boom. But I said, no, you'll still be unhappy as hell. Why? Because, listen, when you start initially making money, you also spend that money. Let's say I make 10 lakh rupees this month. I would spend at least 5 to 8 lakh rupees of that. At least I would spend that much. Now, the thing is, let's say I buy a 1 lakh rupee watch. Okay, crazy example, 1 lakh rupee watch. Now, I buy it. Yes, I feel super good. But in that same exact watch store, there was watches that were 2 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees. There was a watch for 1 crore. Do you understand? So that is a baseline effect. One, it stems from comparison, which means that shit, like I would never be satisfied because there's always more for me to do. And then there is the fact that you hit certain milestones. You hit 10 lakh rupees per month in income, for example. Now that's your fucking baseline. Like you cannot like survive under it. And that is why so many people, they do not feel like they need to achieve more because they've never even hit a new milestone in so long. It's only when you go above and beyond, you achieve something above and beyond, that becomes your new baseline. So you feel like shit, and now you have a new above and beyond, and that becomes your baseline, and ba 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 ba. Only thing is, with boredom, we have created artificial baselines, which means we feel good for no fucking reason. Let's say you've been watching porn, like lots and lots of porn, like a lifetime of porn, like me, for example. If I stay away from it for an extended period of time, I will feel bored. Like I would genuinely feel bored because it's not natural. Like the experience, the dopamine release of porn cannot be achieved through natural experiences. It just cannot. Same thing applies with like doom scrolling and watching endless YouTube videos and endless anime, endless gaming, this and that. Because what did I tell you at the start? I have crippling boredom to the point where if I indulge in something bad, I will indulge in it. If I like start gaming, for example, I don't game anymore. But if I had a PS4 right now over here, right, PS4, PS5, I would put it in and I would game right now. Like that's my mindset. For the past 3 days, my brain has like, it's like the baseline is here, for example, of stimulation, and I'm over here right now for the past few days. And literally, let's say right before this recording session, I obviously turned on my smartphone. I was supposed to record. Guess what I did for half an hour? I fucking went on apps, this and that. I was just like Instagram, like I wasn't consuming content. What did I tell you? I do when I scroll on YouTube, I do not watch a single fucking video. I just scroll I just scroll for a fucking hour. So I was going on YouTube Studio, refreshing it fucking 10 times. When I went on Instagram, posted a story that I didn't even want to. Like it's still up online. I won't delete it now, but fair enough. I was checking messages, this and that, like not consuming. I don't consume content. It's just like I scroll randomly, like fuck all, like without any reason. I did that for half an hour, and then I listened to some music and this and that. I'm like, holy shit, I'm addicted, and my baseline is fully fucked up right now, and that is what's causing me boredom. Now I want to give you a simple question right now. The question is, how would you want to live your life to alleviate boredom? Like, what would your ideal life be so that you are never bored? And you're not allowed to, like, say all these artificial things, which is smartphone and gaming. Give me a natural example, okay? My natural baseline standard right now, if I were to say, I could never be bored again. I would say that I'm in a nice comfy bed. I wake up like, oh my god, like I feel like so like nice. I feel relaxed to the point I'm releasing dopamine from the relaxation. Then then I get up. I like in front of the bed directly. It's like curtains, and then I remove the curtains, and then there's a terrace, and then out of the terrace I see like a massive lake and then mountains. Like that's just one scene. If I could describe the whole day, it'll just be these beautiful, impossible like situations and scenarios. Like I would like later on in the day, I would say that I go into my nice car and then I drive it at 150 miles an hour, this and that. Like, which the point of me telling you this is that to prove that the baseline effect is real. Like my great granddad, like he was happy with like, his fucking like 10 rupee per day and his newspaper. Like that's it, that's all he needed. And the level of stimulation we need now, whether it's artificial or even natural, is so fucking high that like you will obviously be bored. Like our expectation of the world itself is so unrealistic in your current situation. Yes, that life is possible, but in your current situation you fantasize about it so much that no wonder you're bored. No wonder I'm bored. Now to fix this problem and return to the level of the great grandfather is to firstly reduce your artificial baseline levels, and the next step is to reduce the level of your artificial baseline, plus you add on quality life experiences to increase your natural level of baseline. Okay, so you want to reduce the artificial as much as possible and then keep like do natural things that will keep your baseline high and keep your boredom away. In terms of in terms of chasing quality life experiences and increasing natural baseline levels, you first have to start chasing core events. Core events are basically events that you remember vividly. Okay, so think about those crazy memories that you have, right? So for example, a crazy memory, for example, is the first time you drive a car, for example. You know, like these crazy memories that have a special place in your mind, these are called core events. Now we live a life right now which is completely isolated in your home. It is impossible to have core events in the comfort of your home. My last core event was when I almost died while climbing a mountain. Okay, and that was 3-4 months ago. And that says something, okay, which means that I need to chase more core events, which means these are big events which hold a special place in your mind. Your first girlfriend, for example, would be a core event. You win your first championship, gold medal in some sport. That could be a core event. It could be something negative, but don't chase these negative ones. Let's you get in a crazy car crash. That's a core event. Core events help you enhance your life experience to another level, right? Right now, we are working in these little boxes all day, human cages. Yes, I'm making YouTube videos. Yes, I'm grinding, but it doesn't add to my life experience at all. Like 30 days later, I would not remember what I'm doing on 16th May right now. Okay, so that is what I'm talking about. These core events help you build a more cohesive life portfolio of experiences. But the only thing with core events is that you realistically cannot do them every single day, right? You cannot every day drive like a Lambo. You drive it for the first time, that's a core event. But driving it every day, that's no longer a core event. Okay, you can't do core events daily. It's very difficult. Yes, you can plan it in advance. I want to do this, I want to do that, but it's very difficult to plan it in advance. So the solution to that is you have to do the most natural things that release dopamine. For example, a walk in nature, a drive in the mountains, like a nice area where you're driving, roads are empty, you're just chilling. No music, okay? Remember, no music because that's artificial. Okay, you cut some fruit, like you have a watermelon, for example, and you like learn a new way to cut it, for example, and then you cut it in that way. Like these are things that release good amounts of dopamine that you can do daily, for example. Reading a book, playing with a ball, getting on call with people, right? Like talking to girls, for example, cold approaching, like talk to your girlfriend if you have one. These are all daily natural things that you can do to keep your baseline high. When we talk about removing the artificial baseline, this is extremely self explanatory and you've heard it 100 times. Get rid of your addictions. Stop watching porn, anime, gaming. Like, even 5 minutes is not acceptable. It's just not acceptable. Social media, stop scrolling, this and that. And try this new method out, actually, the one which I'm doing right now. It is called living on airplane mode, which I'm going to actually make a video on. Okay, it means that the thing I'm doing basically, where you switch off your phone entirely, like you don't need it. Like, most of you don't even need your phones. I only need mine to like record. That's it. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, you don't need your phone even. So adopt that if you can, obviously, and you'll see how your boring life is just naturally beautiful. It's just naturally beautiful, man. Like, you enjoy like the little things, and it's not like lame or whatever. Like, just imagine looking at a fucking tree and like smiling. Like, it's just about like I really like bird watching, for example. Like, I've said it for the first time on camera, but I really like bird watching. If I see a nice bird now, I'll just look at it. Like, I would stop on my tracks to look at it, and I was just like, bro, I'm an old man. Do you not understand? Like, I love that shit. Like, take me to a bird like place, and I would yeah, I would like put my chair out and like just look at the birds, honestly, with my binoculars, and yeah, that's me. So do you not want to have a life like that? Do you look at how I'm smiling? This is what you want to achieve. This is what you want to achieve, man. Like, little things should make you smile like that. Okay, so this is what happens when you take your natural baseline up and you remove your artificial baseline. Your boring life becomes beautiful. Now, initially, you will have this sort of like mental pain in your brain where you're like, I'm bored. Oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? Like that, like you're basically spazzing out because of pain and boredom and all these mixed emotions in the start, because you've suddenly went from this level of baseline to this level of dopamine, and then now you're fucked up. Okay. The key here is not to treat it like it's some special crazy thing. Okay. The more you pay attention to it, the more power you're giving it. Let's say I'm bored right now. I'm bored. What do I do? What do I do, man? Like, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. What do I do? Yeah, Shrey said, make your life beautiful, but there's literally nothing I can do. That's the wrong way to go about it. Like, last night, I'll give you last night, because even I've recently just quit my phone like this. I could not sleep like last night. And I wasn't on my phone or anything. Just naturally, I could not sleep. I trust me, I did all the right things. No screen before sleep. Everything like correct. It was my time to go to sleep. I slept initially because I was tired. I woke up during the night 5 to 6 times. And I had to, like, I was spazzing out. Like, literally in my brain, I was spazzing out. Eventually, I couldn't handle it anymore. And it was around 4 a.m. and I just started, like, working on some shit. Like, I was scripting this video that you're watching right now. And, like, I could not, like, handle it. Like, and I was working also in, like, boredom. Like, I was working in pain almost. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I was just like desperately working, like as a means to alleviate my boredom. So these things can happen. You don't want to pay too much attention to it. It's natural. Let it happen and just chill. Okay. The biggest advantage of being bored, though, which I did not tell you, which is that you will have Eureka moments. Eureka moments are those aha moments that you get randomly during the day. Most commonly, they are found in the shower. When you're taking a shower, just randomly get this crazy idea. Okay, today I got a Eureka moment, which is, I can't really share that with you, but it's a nice feeling. It's one of the best feelings you can have when you're getting Eureka moments on a daily basis. It means that your mind is working properly. You're consuming in information. Okay, you're reading the right books, you're taking the right information, you're watching the right videos, and you're being bored. Like, you're just chilling, and you're not distracting yourself, where you don't allow your brain to come up with these new ideas. In that case, you get Eureka moments where you're just chilling on the chair, you're just eating food, like your brain is fucked up, and like something happens, and you just come up with this idea, and it's perfect. and it's like literally perfect to take you to the next level. Okay, one famous example is of Thomas Edison. He was the inventor of the light bulb, and he's famously known for trying 1,000 times or 10,000 times. I don't remember exactly, but he tried thousands of times, different combinations in this and that, and he could never figure out like how to make the light bulb work. Keep in mind, light bulb, they already knew a technique to like turn it on, but as soon as they turn it on, like the metal would heat up so much that it will like blow up. Okay, so their problem wasn't to invent the light bulb or create light. Many people are already created light like that. Their problem was, okay, once we create the light, how do we keep it on for at least a few minutes, at least 15, 20, 30 minutes. Okay, he was just randomly doing some bullshit one day, Thomas, and he got a eureka moment, and he knew this was the answer. He just knew it. Why? Because his brain automatically connected two different fields of knowledge, and boom, he got the connection. Do you think if he was sat on fucking Instagram jacking off to OnlyFans girls, that he would have come up with the light bulb? He wouldn't have. It was only because he was bored or doing a mundane task almost that he got this idea, and he was the inventor of the light bulb. So I think you've gotten a pretty good understanding of boredom and how you can use it to enhance your work by you getting eureka moments, and by returning to a normal level of baseline, to the point where your life becomes beautiful naturally. Keep in mind, your life will not become beautiful naturally within the confinements of your home. You will have to go outside, but that is the small little trade-off you'll have to make in order to truly experience life in its like fullest. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and if you like the video, like it, DM me on Instagram if you want to talk to me. We have a private Discord, invite only. So if you feel like you'd qualify by giving some value in the Discord, you're gonna have to DM me on Instagram and like just speak to me there. And I'll see you in the next video, man. Take care.